System, let's turn it up, a little louder, turn it up, a little louder, turn it up.
From the stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014, there's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. Today, we reach Week 15, and we've got a good matchup in store between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Jets. Just about time to rock as toe gets ready to meet leather. And off we go from MetLife Stadium. From his end zone, Wilson. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll start on the ground. Hall. 5 yards on the game's first play. Second down. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Hall again on 2nd down. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. There's Wilson to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. But, man, his first throw, that nearly went the other way. Instead, it's 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. This is taken at the 18. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. We'll call that a 49-yard punt, but a net of just 39 following the 10-yard return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he edges forward, but only gets a pair of yards out of it. And it's 2nd down. And, Charles, you think about what this defense has had to prepare for. They're in for a battle. I mean, they're facing a team that is working on a 6-game winning streak.
And that can be intimidating when you think about it in those terms. But I think what they need to do is make some sort of a statement early in this game, whether it's a turnover or takeaway, a key sack on 3rd down, a 3 and out. Something lets the other guys know that you mean business. Figuratively, throw the first punch and make it a good one.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. Here's Willis now off the play fake. The 20. And he'll go out downs inside the 15-yard line. 33 yards that time.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Hawkins. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage.
I think we call that season's greetings right there. He came up. Pow! Knocked him for a loss.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
They did a really nice job there defensively. They strung the play out, didn't give him a cutback lane. On each play, you have guys what I call our BCR players. Guys are responsible for the bootleg, for the cutback, and for the reverse. They played that one perfectly.
And rode him right out of bounds. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. They go play action with Willis. Flush to his right. And that is incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it. Got it inside the 10. Still not a first yet. The fake field goal catches everyone by surprise. And the Bucs' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. From his end zone, Wilson. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Wilson in trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards. They were able to win last week despite him being sacked 4 times. They might need to tighten the reins a little bit, or this one may not end in another victory.
You're right about that. They can't count on just winning the game no matter what happens. They can't let the accumulation of hits and harassment in the pocket get to their quarterback. Got to stop that, give him clean lanes and throw the football in order to have a better chance to win again this week.
Pretty good job escaping the pressure, gets him 15 yards on the scramble, but now it's 4th down. But he'll get this away into the icy winter air. A 48-yard punt, 7 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And you figure this should be a healthy, arrested, a focused unit, and they're working on a good winning streak. They had the week off last week. This is really a team, Charles, that should be in top 4.
I would agree absolutely with that. What coaches worry about, what organizations worry about, though, is overconfidence. They've been playing so well, and now they've had that extra time off. And we've seen teams come back off the open week and come out flat. So what a lot of good coaches...
And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 55 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To the air on first down. Here's Willis. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now Hall to start the drive. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him?
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked by Antoine Winfield Jr. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Well, when you start thinking of guys that are in the mix for Defensive Player of the Year, I think you use him as Exhibit A. Maybe he's not the leading guy right now, but he's at least on the periphery and deserves to be in the discussion.
And because of that, he's looking at a game today where in order to make that big move and maybe become the guy, he needs multiple takeaways, multiple big plays, things that get our attention and reverberate for weeks to come.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. They'll keep it on the ground. Hawkins. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. 14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Up the middle they go. It's Hawkins. And some space here. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Willis now off of play action. Rolling to his left. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
18 Cardinals.
Third down, it's Willis. This will be caught just inside the 10. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Darren Waller with touchdown number 20 on the year. And the Bucs take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it's now 21-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, you kind of feel like they're in a bit of a danger zone right here because now you're down 3 scores, and I know we're in the first half, but the way this offense hasn't been able to generate anything, you feel like they probably need to get something going on this drive, right?
Yeah, and sometimes I overuse that this is an important possession, but I think this has to be the possession where they come up with an answer because only a few teams in league history have ever come back from a 4-score deficit. And if they don't score here, that's what they could be facing the next time they get the ball.
Wilson and Moore there for a Jets first. It's been a very one-sided game so far. They got to change what they're doing right now, don't they? You can't wait till the halftime speech to make an adjustment.
No, you can't, because if you're doing it right, you're adjusting from series to series, and they need a big adjustment here to try and put some points on the board.
He completes that to Garrett Wilson, and he'll be brought down just shy of the 40.
Every now and then I can speak from experience because I do know as a defender it is awfully hard to stay with your man on these crossing routes because even if you don't get picked, there's a danger of being picked either by one of their receivers or maybe by your own defender. And on that play, that worked quite well.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. 20! And it's a pick 6. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick 6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily when you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
66.
Wilson. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot. And here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7 though on the return.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing it back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So, to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
Okay, ready?
After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Another try after the first down sack. Willis. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion, 1 more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
Nice play call, a little bit of play action right there. If you can get those linebackers to freeze for just a split second, that's usually all the room you need in order to get it to your tight end.
4th down, Willis. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on 4th. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. Again, it's Willis to throw it. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
My word, it'll be nothing short of a monstrous loss on the play, and that's going to bring up a 2nd and about a mile here. Jake Camarda sent on now to punt this away. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the Jets offense will be backed up to start this drive as they've got it 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Ball again on 2nd down. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after.
He had to fight for every yard on that run, shook himself free of a tackle, and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on him. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2, now Wilson.
This pass out wide to Hall. And he is going to have a Jets first down. It's a gain of 6 that time on 3rd and 2.
Now a timeout called for by the offense as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. Got a man open. It's Ross. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Now Wilson on first down. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Then their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. Final play of the half. It's Wilson. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. So we have reached halftime here with the visiting Buccaneers out on top. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bucs with a lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Now, the first half definitely went their way, and this would seem to be a great opportunity to kind of put this game a little closer out of reach with a score here.
Yeah, and it's a wonderful opportunity for them because if they can add 7 more to their lead before the other guys even see the football.
He's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. On first down. It's Hawkins. 43 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Second down, Willis looks to throw here.
And that's going to be incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
Now Willis on 3rd down.
He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Jets are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line.
Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
They'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson to the right side, and he's got more complete.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And the line to gain here is the 37 on third down. Now Wilson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, partner, they've certainly played up to their top 10 defensive ranking this week. They've stifled this opposing offense throughout this game. This contest is now lopsided because of their efforts, and there's still a quarter to go. Wow, partner, it's almost a little jarring to see a holder set up on the other side of midfield. I haven't brought out my binoculars to make sure on that one. That is showing an awful lot of confidence in a kicker to try and hit from 61 yards. And this one winds up no good.
So they tried the 59-yarder and missed it, and now this offense starts just 1 yard shy of midfield.
On first down, Willis.
He's going to go for a big play downfield. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. 49 yards.
And the Bucs have taken a 5-touchdown lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And that makes this 35-0 now. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
From his end zone, Wilson. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And not much there at all, as he'll get this only up to about the 11. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Now it's Wilson. He's going to look deep for more.
And intercepted. Wilson's 3rd of the game. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Now Willis on 1st and 10.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
That was nice work there defensively to force incompletion. Now, even though this drive started in plus territory, They're still not in field goal range yet, so they can work towards another couple of stops and not allowing that turnover to hurt.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. And now on 3rd down, they'll need to get it to the 36 to pick up the first. On 3rd down, Hawkins. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
They throw it out right complete. And he's brought down here just outside of the 20. Boy, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? Most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a 1st down.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They run the counter. It's Hawkins. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. They run the counter. Hawkins. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. 61 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. A great effort there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Buccaneers have taken a 6-touchdown lead. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And it is 42-0. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. From his end zone, Wilson. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. Well, the disparity in this game, it just seems to grow with each possession here, Charles. They are really struggling. They have not put up a single point, and on the other side, the points keep piling up and up and up.
So you know the frustration level has to be rising, right? So they've got to find a way to quell that, because otherwise they certainly won't get anything done in this one. Keep diving deeper into the offensive playbook, but bottom line is don't quit competing.
Final minute now of the third quarter. Throwing is Wilson. He finds his man, complete. That's Wilson. And they take this up near the 30 before he's taken down. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
And they were backed up to start the drive, but not anymore. Now, that's the play call that the offensive coordinator had in his head. You saw the end result. He wanted to go ahead and push the ball downfield, and that's what they did. And they wound up with good yardage there to get things rolling.
Now a man open down the middle of the field. He's at the 30. 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, New York.
And CD, we have seen some great runs the last few times we've been together, but I think we can at least put this one in our top 5. That was a determined gallop there.
Yeah, and this is one of the best runs you'll see. A lot of times on these long touchdowns, you'll say he gets into the end zone untouched, but not here. He fought his way through contact, and it barely even registered. He just continued down the field all the way to the end zone.
And you can see the distance traveled there after the initial contact on the next-gen stats.
The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Still comfortably on top, third quarter, as they start things here with a 1st and 10. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
And they get Tristan Wirfs, first-round pick in 2020.
So we'll get the penalty all sorted out when we get back. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll try the left side. It's Hawkins. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
69 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And I think we can get used to seeing more of that in this 4th quarter, especially if they're having success on the ground like they did there.
Yeah, I think back when we met with the head coach in preseason, and all he talked about was building a bully. And I think it was this situation he was envisioning. Trying to ice a game, plenty of time left, but being able to give the ball to his big runner and pound away and try and finish off a game.
On 2nd down now. It's Hawkins.
And he'll manage only a couple here up to the 25.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
Fielded just inside the 20. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. You know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
On third down, Wilson. And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12. Here's the Jets punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and out will come the offense as they take over. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that, but this is a perfect time for us to start listing MVP candidates, right? The best teams we've seen so far this year, the best games that we've called thus far, how we anticipate the season unfolding. We can go in so many different directions. But the game, certainly not taking us there.
Oh, I hear the remotes clicking off right now.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive game. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Bucs on third down. Lacking much success. Just 2 for 7 to this point. Here it's 3rd and 3. And he will find his man on the outside. They find some open field here. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a handoff up the middle. Hawkins. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Willis's throw on target to Godwin here. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. A few moving pieces on that play because that was an RPO, was it not?
It was, but one important piece that didn't move incorrectly, the offensive line. Because when you're running this play, as he continued down the line of scrimmage, sometimes the lineman can wander downfield. And if you're more than a yard downfield, it's illegal to throw the football at that point. But they held their ground, held their spot, and turned it into a nice game.
And the Bucs are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1. Right back to him on 1st down. And he'll get maybe a couple before he's taken down, as that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Alex Leatherwood, the Alabama man, called for the penalty there. They go play action with Willis.
Wide open receiver complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Extra point by Blankenship is up and good.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
The point after is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. The Jets kick team out now to boot this one away.
Taken at the goal line.
And they'll be backed up a bit to to start as he's out of bounds at the 16.
Ready, ready.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Hawkins. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. They go play action with Willis. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And this will be caught at the 30. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on 1st down.
And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down. They put up their goal at the beginning of the season, and that was to win 7 games, and now they've accomplished that.
I just scraped it off the top.